Today we're here with Mike. Mike has been working really hard, putting his body through it, not only in his job, but also playing hockey, playing sports, just living life and enjoying it. So we'll check out what's going on today and we'll see how well his body opens up really quickly. Again, starting with just connecting and listening to his system, noticing where there might be a pattern or where things aren't flowing as well as they could. Nice. So we have some compression going on here in the low back. We're just going to help guide him through a little bit of breath. Nice deep breath in your stomach here. Good. Nice. One more time, big breath. Good. Noticing a little bit more on this right side. Good. Nice deep breath in again, helping him unload the pelvis. Good. And then watching where this flows up here. There you go. So as soon as I'm showing his body kind of where to open up, it's just following. The breath is kind of taking that lead and unlocking. Nice. Good. So we've got a bit of rotation here in the rib cage and through the spine. So we're gonna use the drop table here, which allows us to use a little bit more force while being really gentle. There we go. Good. So we got some rotation here in the spine towards his right side. But in this area where the spine kind of slopes down, it's often nice to open it coming back and down versus forward and through. So we're going to approach from this side here. Good, big breath. And then we'll follow him through. Good. Nice. And then decompressing his entire spine here. Big breath. There you go. Good. So you'll notice with these adjustments, there's a good amount of time that we allow for the person to actually breathe and connect and integrate what we're doing, because it's not just about the cracking and popping, but how we can influence the system and how well that system can integrate the information we're giving it. Because we ultimately want to affect the nervous system, not just areas of pain and symptoms. Okay, Mike, I'm going to have you face the left side here, please. Nice. Actually, we're going to switch them. No, this side is rocked forward, having that compression here, so we're going to open this down. Good, and we'll roll him over here. Nice. And then face your other side, please. Good. This time, we are going to release that tension here by bringing a little bit up, but we're going to feed into the lumbar spine here also. So a little bit more depth coming through. Rolling to open that joint. Good. And then dropping through. And then face down again, please, Mike. Nice. Good. Good. So we can actually assess what's going on in the system completely from the foot of the table as well, because everything in the body is connected. So as we pull through, you can watch how that is all related, how it's expressing through the tension and compression patterns. Nice. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna have you go onto your back, please. Right. So Mike is also a business owner. We were talking about the fact that as a business owner, there's a lot of stress and there's a lot of adaptation that's needed, being able to change and revolve around all the things that you can't expect to happen. And what is required for that to adapt at a high ability is a very high functioning nervous system. So along with removing a lot of dysfunction that can cause symptoms in the body, we also are working on his ability to adapt in his nervous system itself so that he can sustain high amounts of stress and not break down and not have to sacrifice the quality of his service or his business. So Mike's been doing a great job of adapting even today. Had some big adaptation that was needed. Mike's neck was actually his biggest complaint when he came in. As I said, he had been getting adjusted before he came in for quite a number of years, and so his body was able to get back to that adaptation really quickly. And thankful for all the work he was doing beforehand and the work he's doing now. Good. Good. Big breath. Nice. Okay, we're going to come over to the other table. So we're adjusting C1 on the right side in a really gentle way. Doesn't always require a huge force. Sliding onto that segment here. And then we'll just prop this up. And then more speed and precision than anything, not a lot of force. Nice. Just rest there for 1 second. We always have people just rest for a moment to let that adjustment settle in, rather than getting them up and having them shift and move right away. Just a moment to decompress, kind of like after we deliver an adjustment on the table as well. Grab the back of my arm. Good. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. You can come back over and go face up again. So that adjustment typically does not cavitate or crack, but a big misconception in today's world is that something needs to crack for an adjustment to happen. That's not true at all. What we do is recheck and make sure that the change happened, which it did. And that unlocked beautifully. Now we're just checking in on his jaw, his TMJ, all the muscles and fascia around the jaw, which often go completely overlooked. Nice. Again, just helping guide his system into the opening back to neutral. Nice. I'm gonna have you open your jaw. Awesome, and close. Sweet. You'll often notice that I'm always checking the feet, the knees, the hips. This is how we interact with the ground and gravity itself, how we're moving. So if there's some dysfunction or issues going on in the foot and the knees, often causes a lot of problems in the hips and the low back. And once you're getting issues in the low back, it goes to your whole spine. So we want to make sure everything's moving and just gliding, responding to our brain how it should. Awesome. Great job.
Thank you.